I am a Harry Styles fan. I like his music, and I'm excited to see where his acting career goes. And now that he's in the MCU, it's kind of strange that he's only been in like one movie, and that was a Christopher Nolan movie, and then and then his next movie was an MCU movie. So it's like that's quite a way to start.
Right. Well, wasn't he only in like I didn't see you.
Yeah, he's only in the post credit, but he has a future in the MCU now, and it was like guaranteed, and it was
right.
And it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. It's Olivia Wilde.
Oh! We both did it the same time.
If you had to sum up the year of 2022 or 2021 last year, how would you sum up the movies as like a whole?
It was definitely better than 2020, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, like it's pretty neutral. I'll say neutral. What about you?
Ultimately, I think 2021 was very disappointing because there is only because it seemed like so few movies came out until the end of the year, and the ones that did come out weren't worthwhile, specifically because the movies that were worthwhile, I feel like, got pushed to this year. So that's why I feel like 2022 is a way more highly anticipated year for me personally for movies than it was last year and maybe even 2020. So I'm very excited for 2022. So we have a list of most anticipated movies of 2022 this year. You had said that we were only supposed to do 5. And I agreed to that, but I have 15. So, but I have 5 prime ones, and then the 10 are kind of like a speed round that I'll just talk about if I have time. But none of my 5 have superhero movies because that's a given. That's a given. Like, obviously, we're excited for Batman, but that's not on my list because everyone knows about that. I mean, everyone knows about all of these movies if you're listening to our podcast. But here we go. Welcome to History of Popcorn, everybody. Consider this your secret public movie club. We are a podcast that celebrates all things movies. We give you the latest industry news as fresh and organic as can be, straight from our mouths. We do movie reviews and we revisit a lot of films that are good and bad. We have new episodes every Tuesday. We try to have new episodes every Tuesday. The uploads have been a little all over the place lately, but they come out weekly. That's probably enough to say. But, we are your hosts. I'm Elijah.
I'm Justin.
And if you happen to hear any snap, crackles, or pops during this episode, it's because we do our sessions through Zoom, and we'll get a set one day. But for now, we're on Zoom, so there's some little technical errors that you may see or hear. But so we thank you for sticking through that as we keep growing this production, I guess.
Yeah. And we're also in 2 different states as well. That's the important thing. That's the reason why we do it on Zoom.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, why do you do it on Zoom? Why don't you guys just get a set? It's like, oh, yeah, I wish. Yeah. I wish we could do that. We did that once. On episode 13, we have one in-person episode. It's really fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. But
I get that a lot too. Everybody thinks that you live in Grants Pass where I live.
Yeah. It's like, why don't you guys just set it up?
Yeah. Well, they're like, why haven't we met him? And I'm like, it's because he lives in Vegas. I keep saying this. I have to preface it all the time. He lives in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I live in Vegas. And then I have friends in Minnesota who ask about you like they know too. They're like, how's Justin? I'm like, he's good. I think he's still doing comedy. And they're like, sweet. They check up on you because of this.
Nice. Hi, Minnesota friends.
Hello, Minnesota friends. Yeah.
I have friends in Minnesota.
I have friends in Oregon. Woo! Well, welcome to episode 43, ladies and gentlemen, our most anticipated movies of 2022. I have my fingers crossed that none of these movies that I have are going to get pushed to 2023. Yeah, that's weird to say. I mean, I can barely talk about 2022 in the present, and I'm already talking about 2023. But it's because we're getting a surge, and a lot of cities are taking action. So who knows what the future holds for movies? It's all up in the air, but we hope that all these movies stay intact, and everyone can stay safe, I guess. Do you want to go first or should I, Justin?
I will. I'll do it. I'll start off the bandwagon.
Here we go.
So I mean, I know you just said like no superhero movies, and I was like,
it's fine God. If you do. Well, I mean, I actually might have a superhero movie technically.
I have one. I mean, like I have two on here, but
Okay.
The first one though,
I think I know one of
is I think this is gonna be the one that you know, but it's Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Part 1. Yeah, no, I love that first movie. So like there's really not much to say. Like that, the first trailer that came out, it was just immediately just like, because when they were like setting up for a sequel in the first one, I was like, but then I saw the trailer and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, this is in good hands. And after seeing Mitchell's versus the Machines and stuff, like those guys are geniuses. So I'm all up for it. And I'm very excited about it.
That's exactly what you said about like a sequel didn't seem necessary because that was such a satisfying origin story. But like it is Spider-Man and his stories can go on forever.
Yeah.
So there is this part of me that's like, did we need a sequel? But I know, like you said, it's in good hands. So there is a part of me that's very excited for it. It's just I'm worried about oversaturation of Spider-Man.
I am kind of too, but it's like he's still my favorite. So I mean, like that's why like I don't mind too much of it. It's just the Sony hands that make me nervous, because like they didn't even really they didn't care about Spider-Verse until people actually started reacting to it. And then now we got all of this bullshit they're doing with like Morbius and Venom 2. And, like just their hands on it make me nervous, but it's the creators more. It's Phil Lord and Chris Miller, all those guys. They're really smart. And the guy that directed Soul is directing the second one, Kemp Powers. So that just right there is like, okay, like they're like, that's a good team. That's why I think it's gonna be good. But the thing is, really
good. Yeah, definitely.
The thing that it, like makes me like again kind of worried is that it's part 1. I always hate part 1s because now I'm thinking like, oh, is this gonna be like an incomplete movie?
Yeah, incomplete. It was cliffhangers. Like that's not the actual ending. It's actually the midpoint. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Just give us to us. But I love the dynamic between Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy. I think it's gonna be like mainly their thing. If we get like the Jake Johnson's Peter Parker again, which that's probably my favorite Peter Parker, honestly. If we get him again, that would be awesome. But I mean, like if it's just their like little story, I'm cool with it. So yeah,
I'm excited too. And joining the cast was Issa Rae, which I'm just watching Insecure for the first time. It's very good. It's a good show. Well, it's enjoyable. The writing's pretty enjoyable. I'm excited
smart.
to see that.
I like her.
Yeah, me too. I will go next. My next one is an obvious one. This movie comes out this week and it's Scream. January 14th, it comes out. This is on my highly anticipated because it had to be. It takes place 25 years after the original movies. But yeah, the original cast of Scream is back. It's my favorite movie series. I have a poster of it in my room. It's like the movie that sparked my interest in writing movies, not directing specifically, but writing movies and just learning how they worked because of how they broke down the meta-ness of it. And just everything about Scream is usually a very good commentary on horror films that are currently going on, if not just making fun of itself. But I'm excited to see what this new one does because I think with the fourth Scream movie, they put too much emphasis on how technology has advanced to the point where it didn't actually reach that point yet. And I just don't think that that movie was made too early. I think Scream 4. I think Scream 5 is going to tone it back on technology, which I think is good in a way. And I think it's going to focus more on, I've heard that it focuses more on like fandom in general of either the movie itself or just the fandom,
right?
What is it, culture? And I'm very excited to see how that plays out. And Randy Meeks continues with his niece and nephew in this movie, so I'm excited to see what happens with that.
I hope that it doesn't get pushed back because I heard that they canceled the premiere, and when I read about that, it was like, oh, poor, like, because I mean, like, I'm excited for it too. I love the Scream franchise. But when I read that, I was like, oh, Elijah's not gonna like that news.
Yeah, it made me sweat a little bit, but it's so close. This is exactly what happened with The Quiet Place Part 2 last year.
Yep.
I got my tickets currently, and then like maybe a couple days before, they're like, nope, we push where it's off the slate. No Quiet Place, and it was like I was going to the double feature, and this week I'm going to the Scream with a Q&A after. It's on Thursday. It's like a live Q&A that plays on all of them. So all the showings start at 5, I think. And then there's a Q&A after. So I'm going to do that because I have to experience everything. It's Scream. But like you said, it got canceled. And that's just the start of what could possibly be bad. But hopefully not.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I'm excited for that one too. and I'm glad, like you said, like if they're doubling back on the technology part, and there's going back to the roots of like mainly the sequels where they're like just talking about, they're talking about the first movie. It's very like it's talking about like fandom and like these like crazy obsessed fans that are just obsessed with that story and Cindy Prescott. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm very excited. Here we go with like let's hope that this creates a remake of the Scary Movie franchise. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So my next one, which one should I do? I'll just do this one. This one we've talked about a lot before. I read a little bit of the script. It's the Nicolas Cage fest that we're gonna get.
Oh yeah, I forgot to write that one down. That's just my honorable mentions.
Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Like this one, I still can't believe is being made. And if you don't know too much about it, just watch the trailer. And I have this customer that comes in a lot. And him and I got into a bit of a fight about Nicolas Cage, and he hates Nicolas Cage, and he's mentioning all these terrible movies that Nicolas Cage has done. Of course, he's done terrible movies. I was like, dude, he's actually a good actor when he has something like together. And
SPM.
And when we started fighting about it, was when Pig was coming out, and I was talking about it with a coworker, and I was like, dude, like he doesn't really look like himself. He's not like doing anything manic. It looks pretty good. And this guy was like, oh, dude, you're a piece of shit, basically, for liking Nicolas Cage. So when this trailer came out, I was trying to explain this movie to him before the trailer came out, and he was like, that sounds awful. So the trailer came out, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. I walked up to him. I was like, just watch this trailer. And he watched the trailer, and he saw Nicolas Cage. He's like, oh, God. Then he kept on watching, and then he did this. That's potential. That just shows the power of that, of just the idea in that trailer.
Yeah.
Well, I just can't wait for this, just for the premise alone of just Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage, just doing that. But also just, I love his new energy. Like Elijah and I were messaging each other about the Hollywood Reporter. They do an actors roundtable, and this one, this year's was fucking fantastic. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God. But Nicolas Cage, that entire time, I was just like, dude, I want to hang out with him so bad. Like, 'cause he's just fun, and he's like complimenting everybody, and the stories that he has too is just absolutely hysterical. And you can just tell the way that he's like,
he talks with a lot of wisdom instead of like arrogance or something, like he's name dropping or something. He talks with a lot of like, a lot of wisdom, I would say, actually, with what he says.
Yeah, and the way that he like talks about, like he's so aware of like where his career is at, and the way that he's talking about like his VOD movies and stuff. And like it was just like, you just see this man who's just, it's not for money anymore. He just loves doing it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be called an actor. He wants to be called a thespian.
Yeah, which I love. And, I think this movie is going to, because this is like his biggest, like kind of like, it's not really a studio movie, but it's
I think it is, isn't it? I think it is. I think it is.
It's like, it's Lionsgate. So I mean, like Lionsgate's, it's a studio, but they're pretty independent.
Yeah.
But this is like the biggest movie that he's done,
in quite
like
a few
mainstream, and in quite a long time.
Almost 10 years, probably.
Yeah, I think since Kick-Ass, probably, right?
Yeah, and even that wasn't even that big.
No, that was Lions. Really. That was Lionsgate as well. So there we go. So I think this is a good way to get him back to people being like, okay, like, yeah, we love the Cage. So hey,
as long as he's laughing too, then we know.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot about that one. I probably looked at it a couple times on the list that we were looking at, but I just forgot to put it on. But it definitely should be on my honorable mentions. My next one is Bullet Train from it comes out July 15th. I'm actually really excited to see Brad Pitt play in a real action star and not like a goof action star, because I guess he's in that one movie with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, The Lost City of D, and he plays like a super badass. And it just doesn't look that cool. It looks like it's over exaggerated everything. That movie looks like that movie didn't look as good as I thought it was going to be.
No.
So
it looks stupid.
But I think this movie is going to be a better Sandra Bullock movie than that. And because Sandra Bullock replaced Lady Gaga, and Bullet Train's premise I don't remember it sounding like this, but it's 5 assassins aboard a fast-moving bullet train find out that their missions have something in common. So I didn't know it was about 5 assassins. I thought it was like Brad Pitt trying to stop the train speed style and Sandra Bullock was in it. Maybe that'll happen by the end, but I'm just very excited for fast-paced action with bullet train.
Yeah.
And the director's fun too. It's David Leitch.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that sounds like, classic action movie stuff right there.
Yeah.
I was going to put that on my list, but I knew you were going to talk about it. So
nice.
I was like, okay. Yeah. The same thing with Scream. I was like, I don't even need to put Scream on my list because I know Elijah.
That was the first thing I wrote. I'm just like, I can't wait. I can't wait.
But yeah, no, I'm mainly excited about that movie because of the director. I really like that director. He's done. Did
he do Nobody or did he just produce it?
That's literally what I was just thinking. I'm pretty sure he just produced it.
The director was Hardcore Henry.
Yes, and the writer of Nobody is the same writer for John Wick.
There we go. Yeah.
So
I think he produced it then, David Leitch, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, no, I think you're right because I think he was like the main like marketing push. It was like from producer David Leitch.
Yeah, from them. Yeah,
but yeah, no, he's a lot of fun, and even that movie, just him producing is great. And he was like a long time stunt. Wasn't he a stunt?
Yeah, he started as a stunt man.
Yeah. So my next one is coming out. Hopefully, it's good. It's another one.
All of these. Hopefully,
yeah, because it did get pushed. It was supposed to come out last year, and now it's going to come out February 4th. And this is a movie I did not think I needed in my life, but every single piece of information I get from it and the trailer it just brings me joy. And it's a Jackass Forever.
Oh yeah, that's on my honorable mentions. Yeah, I'm actually very excited for that, especially after the new trailer for it. They have like a new one that came out, I think last week or something. It's really good. It's a good trailer.
Yeah, showing all the new cast.
Yeah, the new cast members. They're all so happy to be there. It's like, holy crap, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's basically like a weird mentor like ship thing that they're doing this time around. And but yeah, no, I just love it. And people that went to school with me, such as Elijah, and especially in middle school, know that I went full Jackass. So
and you never go full Jackass.
You never go full Jackass. And if you and Elijah will know, if you get me drunk enough, I still go full Jackass. I will have people do whatever. You can smack me, you can throw me around, you can do whatever, and I'm game. I'm game. But I just love that trailer, and it was something that Elijah and I were talking about because when we first heard about it, we were both just kind of like, I don't know if that's necessary. And after Johnny Knoxville's he did a Action Point, which was a huge flop, and nobody really liked it. I thought it was okay, but I mean, like, nobody really liked it. And then I heard that they're doing the next Jackass. It just kind of sounded like, ooh, okay, you need that dough. But then the trailer came out, and once that trailer came out, like, immediately I was like, no, this is just what they love. And you want to know something? Yeah. I love it too. Yeah. It's something that's just never gonna grow old. And that title right there too is just absolutely amazing, because that's what they are. Just they're jackasses forever. And that just the new cast members too look like they're a lot of fun. Then none of them look like it's like, too hokey. And the fact that they got Eric Andre on it too. Yeah,
he's like one of the writers on it, because I think he probably came up with a lot of concepts for them. Because it's not even straight. It's quoted as a documentary, but they have concepts by. So they just come up with all the sketches. So there's not an official screenwriter. It's all concepts by. But I like what they're doing with having a new cast into this to kind of invite them into this world and have it be like they're all wide-eyed, because it's like been around for so long that those kids or the new characters were probably our age when we were watching that. So it's really cool to see that aspect come into it. It's like the new blood is very exciting, like you said. And it's been probably at this point 20 years, right? No, I think I think it's been 20 years since Jackass even became a thing. So that right there is just insane. Most of the cast members are they're pretty much our age. So
you can see that, like you said, you can see the twinkle in their eye, even though they're about to do something.
And it's like us watching. It's like, what if we were there? It's exciting.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't do half the shit, but I would watch you do it.
Yes, speak for yourself.
Yeah. I'm excited though for that one. Yes, that did make my honorable mentions. I was like, I don't care. I'm proud to be excited for this one. Like it's
hell yeah,
it's fun.
And yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, we lost like two of the best cast members on there. I mean, like Bam Margera wasn't my personal favorite, but he was like the most notable besides Johnny Knoxville. But the saddest one is like not getting Ryan Dunn there. But I'm sure that they're going to do something special for him. But Bam, he fucked up. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that he's not in it because he's just not he's just not good anymore. He gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for him. I really do feel for him. But yeah, when you look at someone like him and look at someone like Steve-O, it's just it's crazy to me. Like you'd think that Steve-O would be dead by now for everything that he went through. And look at Bam Margera, for him just sit here crying because they didn't want him to drink, basically.
Yeah,
is kind of like, dude, you can go fuck yourself. Come on, get it together. Like, but I do feel for him, but also it's like you're kind of you're stupid. But Jackass Forever.
So I was wrong earlier. I did say I was gonna try not to have any superhero movies on here, like mainstream, like The Flash is coming out this year. What else is coming out? There's Aquaman. There's like a lot of like
the Batman.
I'm
definitely gonna talk about that one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm down to talk about it whenever. But this one I think technically is a superhero movie. It's Sylvester Stallone's Samaritan. He has superpowers. He has superpowers, so it could be superhero, and he's a retired superhero. But I feel like this one is going to be more gritty, and it is based on a comic book. So I do have a superhero movie on it, and it's Samaritan, I
totally forgot about that movie.
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone plays a retired hero who everyone thinks is dead, and this young boy finds him and discovers his powers and tries to convince him to come back into superheroism. And he's just very, I don't know, he's probably going to be really dark and he doesn't want to do it. There's got to be a very strong reason why he doesn't want to be a hero anymore. So I'm very excited because the director, he made Overlord. It's Julius Avery. I think his visual style is really dark and good. I haven't seen all of his movies. I've only seen Overlord. He has another one called Son of the Gun, but I think Samaritan's going to be very good for, it's going to be a very good vehicle for Sylvester Stallone, because you and I have talked about how everyone tries to write around his age and avoid it kind of and hide it. And I think this movie is going to lean into his age and really like utilize it. And I think it's going to be good. And also has Martin Starr, Moises Arias, who we haven't seen since like Hannah Montana. I've seen him in a few things, but that's what he's most known for.
He was in he's the best part, King Staten Island.
I think the last movie I saw with him that I was like, oh, okay, was what was it called? Maybe he's not. The Kings of Summer from 2013. Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah. The
one where they like, that was a good one. That's where I was like, oh, he's doing other, like he can do something that's not Rico from Hannah Montana. So yeah, Samaritan. I'm very excited for that one. That's supposed to come out August, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, that one keeps getting pushed. I totally forgot about that movie. My next one is let's do this one. It's the new Jordan Peele movie.
Oh yeah.
Nope. And Elijah, ask me if I know anything about this movie.
Tell me why you're excited about this. What is this about, Justin?
I don't know. No idea.
That's the intriguing part.
Came out. Yeah. No, it's the same thing that he did with Us, and Us was kind of disappointing to me. It was still, I think it was still a good movie. I call it the best M. Night Shyamalan movie that he never made, because that's basically what it was. Yeah. But if M. Night Shyamalan made Us, I think it would have been a masterpiece. But because it was just it was lackluster for me. But this one, I'm hoping that it's going to be better. And he's got a really good cast. You got Daniel Kaluuya is back, who was in Get Out, and he also has Keke Palmer, who I like Keke Palmer. But yeah, we don't know anything about this movie. The poster came out not too long ago, and it's just a cloud hovering above heading towards a kite, like thread.
It's very, very, very strange though.
Yeah, and it just like I'm intrigued, and I think that no matter what, Jordan Peele, regardless how I felt about Us, And regardless of what some people think about Get Out, I don't know, Get Out's been getting like people have been calling it overrated
Wow.
lately, which I think is kind of stupid. I think it's a great movie.
Yeah.
But I just like him. I think that he's a smart horror director where like he combines humor and scares very well. He's the modern day Wes Craven. Pretty much.
Yeah, he's really revolutionizing.
I'm hoping that Nope is gonna keep it. Yeah. And he has like, diverse cast too. Just cool.
I'm excited for that one. That is on my honorable mentions. My next
does that one have a release date?
I think it does actually.
Summer? Yeah. So
July 22nd it comes out. July 22nd, cool. 2022.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna be getting a trailer very soon then.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm very I'm excited for that one. That one didn't make my list for honorable mentions. But my next one is Olivia Wilde's second movie, right?
Yeah.
Her second movie, Don't Worry, Darling, is coming. Her first movie was which one was it again? I'm having a brain fart.
Booksmart.
Booksmart, which is a very good movie. People are compared it to the classic Superbad, but like in a very good way of not like the story, but obviously it's about two best friends in high school, but the actual impacts of comedy. They were comparing Booksmart to its relevance to Superbad, which is a really good comparison because it's accurate and it holds up to that. And it's a good story, I think.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see what Olivia Wilde is going to do next with Don't Worry, Darling. It's supposed to be a psychological thriller, and it has Florence Pugh, who is one of my favorite up and coming actresses.
She's amazing.
And I am a Harry Styles fan. I like his music and I'm excited to see where his acting career goes. And now that he's in the MCU, it's kind of strange that he's only been in like one movie, and that was a Christopher Nolan movie. And then, and then his next movie was an MCU movie. So it's like, that's quite a way to start.
Right. Well, wasn't he only in like I didn't see you.
Yeah, he's only in the post credit, but he has a future in the MCU now, and it was like guaranteed. And it was right. And it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. It's Olivia Wilde. Oh!
We both did it at the same time.
This movie though also has Chris Pine and Nick Kroll in it. And I think it's going to be just a good movie. The synopsis says it's a 1950s housewife living with her husband in a utopian experimental community, and they begin to worry that the glamorous company he's working for may be hiding disturbing secrets. So it's a period piece as well, 1950s psychological thriller. It's supposed to come out September 23rd. Very excited for that one.
Yeah, I am too. That was another one I was going to put on my list, but I had a feeling that you were going to talk about it. Olivia Wilde, I think she has a huge career in directing that's going to come up. And Harry Styles, I don't know, but he's a very likable guy. So and he's very charismatic. So I could see him having a kind of like a Justin Timberlake type acting career, but hopefully better. So, but Harry Styles, like you said, like he was only in like a couple scenes in Dunkirk. I haven't seen Eternals, so I can't say that, but who knows? And now it's fucking Olivia Wilde. So, but guess what? I kind of hate him. So yeah, no, I'm curious about that. I think that she knocked it out of the ballpark with Booksmart, and I think that movie is absolutely amazing. It's probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Like if I had to do like a top 100, it would definitely be on there.
And that movie's shot like a really well comedy. Like there's nothing. I wouldn't say there's nothing, but its visual style, I guess I'll say is simpler than what I think she's going to do with Don't Worry, Darling. I think she's going to do something very visually different with Don't Worry, Darling 2. Based off the photos she's shown, that's about all we have is just the photos she's shown. We're probably going to get a trailer soon, but the visuals I can tell are hopefully worthwhile. Like it looks like she's going to try something different with this one.
Yeah, and for her to make that leap too, from going to starting simple, like you said, like Booksmart, the cinematography wasn't amazing, but I mean, it was.
It's not like Roger Deakins or anything, like Blade Runner or something. It's good. It's well directed.
It's good. Yeah.
All the comedy fits. Everything is.
Yeah. So for her to go from that launching point to then just going to immediately something different, is great. It's something that I love about actor turned directors, because that's what you need to do. That's something I'm kind of hoping that Jordan Peele will do soon, not just like stick with one genre.
Jordan Peele makes a rom-com.
Yeah, why not? Why the fuck not? And same thing, Christopher Nolan, make a rom-com. Jesus. A mind-bending rom-com.
Yeah, I was trying to think, how would that work?
It probably wouldn't.
It'd be it's an entire just a coffee date shot on IMAX.
You know what? You know something that kind of sounds, if he did it, you just non-stop. You hear the boom. So what are you gonna eat today?
It's just like that Inception scene where everything's just exploding around them, but it's just a normal movie that they never acknowledge. The world's just
yes, I love it. So the next movie I'm gonna do, and we got the trailer not too long ago, and the trailer kind of just exposed everything, but it still looks like a lot of fun. And Ethan Hawke is just a great actor. It's called The Black Phone.
Oh yeah, that's on my honorable mentions.
Yeah,
like the trailer, talked about that one quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, the trailer pretty much told us everything, but it looks like one of those movies where Ethan Hawke is going to just deliver one of the creepiest performance I've, but I didn't know that this is a book, but I saw that it was and I was like, oh shit, this is a book.
Yeah,
I was gonna buy it, but then I saw it was it's an anthology.
Yeah, it's Joe Hill. It's Stephen King's son.
They took that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Well, yeah, so that's why so that's why I didn't get it, because I was like, okay. But yeah, I'm curious, and I just love Ethan Hawke. I think that he's amazing. So
has anyone been nominated for an Oscar for a horror movie?
Get Out, Daniel Kaluuya.
Oh yeah, duh.
Like that's
but that was like a big deal. That was like a big deal.
And that movie's more psychological too. I'm trying to think of like actual horror. I don't think so. I can't think of.
What's the actress's name that was in Hereditary?
Oh yeah, Toni Collette.
Did she get nominated? She should have gotten nominated. But I bring up Hereditary because the director Ari Aster's next movie is called Disappointment Boulevard, and that comes out this year. So hopefully, it says 2022. It's expected this year. They finished shooting it. It's Joaquin Phoenix. And the synopsis says, a decade-spanning portrait of one of the most successful entrepreneurs of all time. And it's categorized as comedy, drama, and horror. So I don't know what to expect from this. And it has Michael Gandolfini, who I've been excited to see act. I've only seen him in Cherry, though. I didn't see The Many Saints of Newark. But Michael Gandolfini, I think, is going to be a very good actor in the future. So yeah, Ari Aster's Disappointment Boulevard. There's not much about this. It's probably going to come out in the end of the year, I would say, probably around December, honestly.
Yeah. Wow. I can't believe you name dropped Cherry. That's something the Russo brothers probably are very happy about, because everybody talk about disappointment.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a low blow. My next one, the same directors that did Swiss Army Man.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't know this movie.
It's Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh.
It's with the...
Is it that like half like martial arts one with like Michelle Yeoh or something?
Yeah. It's kind of... it looks trippy as hell. I don't really remember
multiversal or something.
What it's about. Like I know it's like... something like that.
Okay, I do know that. Yeah, the visuals are insane on that.
Yeah. And the Daniels are just, they're killing it. Like with Swiss Army Man. And then one of them did The Death of Dick Long, which I don't even know how to explain. The Death of Dick Long. Like Swiss Army Man's already insane, but The Death of Dick Long is just, it's a queasy one. Just thinking about it right now, actually, it gets me, it makes me a little sick. But yeah, this one looks very interesting. I have much else to say about it. I just love the Daniels, and the trailer looks awesome. I'm game. Huh.
That is, yeah. I forgot that I saw the trailer for that one. That one did blow me away, but I am excited for that. That's A24, isn't it?
Believe so. Yeah. I wouldn't have known about the you didn't message me. So
yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, that is going to be a good one. I don't know. I forgot when that comes out. But yeah, those are our 10 most anticipated movies of 2022. We did it, Justin.
A quick shout out to the Batman. That one,
Oh, yeah.
that one's like my most anticipated.
That's
yeah,
March.
That one's literally my most anticipated movie. Yeah. And if that one gets delayed, then there's no hope.
I don't think it will. I think No Way Home showed that people, if they want to see a movie, they will go see a movie. It's just, it has to be like,
No Way Home
like big now.
Billion.
Yeah, fourth biggest now in the MCU.
The Batman looks absolutely amazing. And both those trailers that came out, every little piece of information that we're getting is just gets.
Yeah. I forget that it's an entire movie that's going to be coming out. And until I like see new footage, I'm like, oh my God, just any new footage I see just revamps my excitement. But here are a couple movies that I have on my honorable mentions. I have Creed 3 on there. Jonathan Majors is going to be the bad guy. Michael B. Jordan's directing for the first time. And they said that Sylvester Stallone is not going to come back as Rocky because it's a Creed story now. I also have the Northmen from the director of The Lighthouse, Robert Eggers. I'm excited for the Northmen. Anya Taylor-Joy's in it.
Ooh, your girl.
Yeah. And then also I have this one's kind of just, I think it's going to be fun. Hopefully I like it a lot. It's The Adam Project, Ryan Reynolds, The Adam Project, coming to Netflix.
I had that on my list as well.
Yeah, where he time travels to help his 13-year-old self, I believe Ryan Reynolds does. And his father is played by Mark Ruffalo. And I like both those actors. So cool. Yeah. Hopefully none of these movies get pushed next year. Hopefully this year is safe and good. But yeah, smooth. Thank you guys for coming to our episode of most anticipated movies of 2022. We'll see you guys next week as we do this every week. What movies are you guys looking forward to in 2022? Let us know. Well, yeah, I'll see you next week, Justin, I guess, huh?
See you next week, Elijah.
Woo! Bye, guys.